Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Split Labs channel. Today is Thursday, March 26th, 2026. And as always, before we get started, we have to let you guys know that everything that you see in this video today will be completely powered by Split Labs because we built you the exact tool that we wanted to use as sports bettors. Split Labs should be public betting splits, line movement, and market signals across all major sports in one place. If you want to see what the crowd is doing, where the line is going, and what the market is hinting at, that's literally what we do every single day. Head over to the link in the description, splitlabs.net. Use promo code YouTube for 50% off your first month. All right, now that we got that out the way, let's jump into this recap. And I'm so excited. I mean, I went all in on MLB opening night, and I can't imagine that's going to change at all when it comes to opening day. So let's jump into a quick recap of how we did for Yankees versus Giants. And I mean, guys, beautiful reads across the board. Realistically speaking, should you go this all in on like the first game of the season? Maybe not. Maybe not. However, let's recap it together. And as we always say, quickly celebrating wins, never apologizing for losses on this channel. It's a part of the game. All right, so we have the Yankees money line cashed comfortably. Yankees under 8, we saw the signal, the total completely dropped based on the Split Labs data and the line movement. Easy read on the board there, going on the under. The 7 was definitely a drop spot, so if you got hooked there, you know, head over to the site, get the data, see what number works best for you. Willy Adames under 0.5 hits. We used our hit spray chart, so that was fantastic. Got the easy read on that on being a fade. Same thing with Harrison Bader. Under 0.5 hits, that was a W. Rafael Devers over 0.5 hits, W. Chaz 0.5 hits over, W. Right field guy, contact guy, love that. Max Fried over 0.5 strikeouts. That was an L. He had a really fantastic outing though, so bravo Max on a fantastic opening night for your team. And then we also took his over 16.5 outs. That was a W. We went 7-1 on opening night, guys. 7-1. That's fantastic. Let's roll that momentum over to today's slate. We're going to go over 3 games. We'll dive into the Split Labs playbook as well, just to kind of look over some props really quickly. But before we get started, let's take a look at the data and the line movement for our best bets. First, let me get you guys on closer view here. All right, starting out with the Pirates versus the Mets. We're going to scroll down here just so you guys can actually see the line movement happening here. We have as dogs, actually. Well, they're favorites. They're just plus money right now. 54% of bets on the New York Mets and 74% of money on the Mets. Pirates opened up at a plus 1.5. They were a minus 200. They're now the favorite. Now the favorite at a minus 1.5 with the money not on them at all. I mean, the Pirates won this game. Pirates won, it seems like, great. Plus 176 here. Clearly it's moving 3 points to the Pirates, so it's plus money right now as well. Same thing, it opened at a plus 111. They're now a minus 102. No good reason to not take the Pirates straight up here. It's moving in their favor continuously, so give me that. I know there might be some like insight to, obviously Skeens is the starting pitcher for this, so maybe it's that. But I'm willing to take the bait there and kind of run with that. The total, there's been no movement here on the total at all. 58% of bets, 66% of money on 0. or over 6.5. I'm not going to read too much into this just because I already have kind of like a public fade going on taking the Pirates. I do think it's a little weird that the total has not moved much at all. We're seeing a little bit of a change in the, the odds here, but nothing crazy that's standing out here. So I'm going to avoid this matchup if I'm being completely honest. I'm going to keep running down the board really quickly. I'm not going to jump into the props just yet. I'm going to keep running down the board, give us some 3 best bets for just straights, and then we'll run into some player pops at the second half of this video, okay, guys? All right, so those are my bets. I'm going on the Pirates here. Not going to take the run line, just give me straight up. We're already getting them at relatively easy money. If you can line chop and get this at a plus, even better, but I'm going all in on the Pirates here. All right, next game we have, I want to do a pretty good one. Let's do Red Sox versus the Reds. Okay, let's take a look at this, right? Boston Red Sox is coming in as the favorite against Cincinnati. They are 53% of the bets, taking 53% of the bets, 87% of the money. Concerning a little bit that they were plus 115 on the run line. They're now at plus 105, 106, so not terrible, right? It is trending in their favor. Great. My biggest concern on this is this right here. There's been nothing here on movement for the Red Sox. 86% of bets, 68% of money on the Boston Red Sox, and you're still getting this really great line. So many people are going to jump on this and kind of take it straight up. That's my concern here. And then on the total, we're seeing that it opened at a 0 or an 8.5. It's now sitting at an 8 with 86% of bets, 75% of money on the under. So 2 concerns, right? The Red Sox are taking all the money straight up on the money line, and it has not moved at all. And then secondly, the total has drifted down, 8.5. So let's say there's probably some weather implications happening here. Don't love that. I'm trying to see what on the run line for Cincinnati, they're minus 128. I'm going to lean into that. I'm not going to take them straight up to win outright. Maybe I could. I'm trying to think. Let's run it, right? Let's run it. That's what this channel is about. Not apologizing for losses if we win this. I feel pretty good about this read, though. The fact that this hasn't moved at all and you're getting this really great number, regardless of like what book you find it at. Yeah, I'm going with the Reds here. So give me the Cincinnati Reds plus 1.5 on the run line, and give me half a unit on them winning outright, plus 134. Fantastic spot. You can also give me the under 8.5 on this one. I'm just going to move it back up to the open line there. I think, the 0.5 really does matter. Going to move that back up to the 0, to the 8.5, and we're going to call it a day there. So 3 bets on this game. Cincinnati Reds spread. Cincinnati Reds straight up on the money line, half a unit, and then give me the under 8.5. All right. Let's take a look at one more game together here. Let's do Diamondbacks versus everybody's favorite, the Dodgers. Super team. All right. What do we have here? We have they're priced accordingly. The Dodgers win this game is my initial read. Not too surprising here, to be honest, on the docket. 69% of bets, 73% of money on LA Dodgers minus 1.5. Opened at Arizona plus 1.5, opened at a plus 100. It's trending towards the Dodgers. So it, plays in their favor. They win. They probably cover comfortably. The books are adjusting that line movement, as the public is betting them. So that's a great sign for anybody betting the publicly loved Dodgers. No matter what, team they're playing against, please note that if you see any post, and I saw it all day with the Yankees, of like sportsbooks trying to scare you off of them because there's so much bets and all this other stuff, the line movement is the most important part, right? The books tell you exactly when they agree and when they don't. Don't get nervous if people are saying, oh my gosh, there's so much money on the Dodgers today. What's gonna happen? Ooh, scary. The line movement is in favor of them winning. Don't sweat it whatsoever. Be confident in your bet. Lock it in. Moving into the money line, 94% of bets, 91% of money on LA Dodgers straight up. Not terrible. I'm sure people are probably throwing this in their parlay plenty. Again, the line is moving in their favor. We're obviously not going to touch, a minus 259, straight up. It's just, there's just no reason to. And then on the over, it looks like the sharps are coming in a little bit. Again, it's pretty early while I'm recording, just because I want to get this, the slate out to you guys, because we have an early slate tomorrow or today. The line is saying sharps are loving the under or the over a little bit more than the under. Do I read too much into that? Well, it opened at a 9.5. Now sitting at a 9, so the books are taking it down. They're moving it down even slightly. However, right, given all the money on the Dodgers. The books in this game, right? This is going to be one of the most best bets of the game. The books are going to want to like mitigate that risk and kind of get their money back. I'm going to follow the sharp money here. I know the books are moving it according to the percentage of bets on this, but they're not going to allow the public to like just feast on this Dodgers win, right? They're saying the Dodgers are priced accordingly. They win this game. What can we look at next? That next is the total. Give me the over 9. I'm getting a better number. It moved down a little bit by a point. Give me the over 9 on this game, and we'll call it a day there. Let's take a look, just because we have the over in this game. Let's take a look at playbook really quickly and kind of see what batter props and like information we can get. Just kind of leaning into that overview. Let me get out for you guys here again our brand new playbook for MLB over at Split Labs. If you want access to all of this for your player prop betting, head over to the site. Link is in the description, as I mentioned before. Splitlabs.net, promo code YouTube gets you 50% off your first month. All right, let's look into some player props on this Dodgers game really quickly. We're saying we're going to take the over here. So I'm really going to kind of lean into Zach Gallen and kind of see what's being said here about him, right? Looking at it, his strikeouts, 4.5 Ks. The over is currently plus money, so that working in our favor if we're saying Dodgers are going to get some runs here. Under is sitting at a minus 140. Let's take a look at a little concerning here. At least last season he 100% hit rate in his last few games against the Dodgers. I'm just going to look at all really quickly. 57% hit rate against the Dodgers since 2023. That's pretty cool. And even when he missed it, it was like really, really close. So this is actually maybe he hits his Ks, but like the points come after and like the bullpen. I don't know. Gonna take a look here. He's away, just looking. Right away, the numbers get a little worse. Again, it's still really close. Right, he's always kind of teetering on actually covering this, but the hit rate does change pretty significantly when he's home 100%. So like definitely something to note. He's a little bit worse away. I'm going to avoid this just because there's not too much edge. Look at this. He's always pretty close when it comes to this lineup. So I'm going to avoid this. The Dodgers are clearly pretty familiar with his game. We've got a lot of experience against him. It looks like, not surprising, Freddie, or who's got the best, I guess, chances against him. It looks like Miguel Rojas. Will Smith is a guy that, maybe that's somebody that we actually want to look at. Freddie has the most experience against him, but it looks like Will Smith is kind of that batter that we might want to look into at just seeing what we can get for him. So really quickly, I'm going to jump over to some hits and let's take a look at Will Smith, see what we can dig up there. 0.5 hits. I mean, come on. It's historically strong, batter versus pitcher profile against him. That's obviously what we saw. Give me last season. Give me the last 10. Give me against the opponent. Okay, 55%. He's at over 216. Darn it, Will. Darn it. I'm not giving out a minus 215. Guys, I can't do it. If you want to take this bet, do it. But I can't put that on our card. I'm sorry, guys. This is a really strong read here. He's got the best chances. Do it if you can stomach it, but I unfortunately can't. Next guy was Freddie Freeman. What's his money here? All right, we got a 1.5 here. Again, he's got a pretty strong profile against him. I'm gonna say maybe let's look at some RBIs for Freddie. 30%. 30%. Not terrible. Let's check home. Worse at home. It's not leaning in our favor. I do like that the Dodgers perform strongly against right-handed pitchers, and he does have good, contact and plate appearances against Zach Gallen. Let me take another look at this really quickly. Freddie Freeman, 315. He is the second, Kyle Tucker or Miguel Rojas. He doesn't have too many plate appearances. looking. We can't take Will. His total's already juiced. Let's take a look at Kyle Tucker. Let's see if we can get like a sneaky spot on Kyle Tucker here. Again, minus 245. The books know. They know. Let's talk about the RBIs then. Let's talk about the... Ooh, I think we found our spot. Guys. 71% hit rate on RBIs against the Arizona Diamondbacks. I mean, under minus 225. The books are not liking this at all. So, I mean, I'm willing to take my chances on this over plus 170 on Kyle Tucker's RBI. Why? I mean, chart says it. Let's take a look at all 70% since 2023. Love that. Just last season, 71%. You're getting plus money on, one RBI. I'm in. I've already got the over. I've got run scoring. Give me this bet happily, and I'll take it with what I can at home. Right, he's 66, almost 67% hit rate on this. So yeah, count me in. Kyle Tucker, I'm in on your 0.5 RBIs. People are probably looking at this number in like his recent form and seeing this 10% hit rate, but when you dive into kind of the numbers, his profile against Zach Gallen, this is a pretty clean read there. So with that being said, another game that I covered, let's go back to this Pirates and Mets game, see if we can get another player prop for you guys. And then we will call it there. I think yesterday's video, I had like 30 minutes just kind of talking and like playing with all the new tools for Split Labs. I don't know if this one's going to be any better. But let's see what we can lock in for the Mets versus the Pirates. It gave me Bo Bichette, but I want to start with looking at the pitchers really quickly and kind of see who's performed best against Skeens. No one's really got a red rating against him. The best that we have are Bo Bichette, actually, Francisco Lindor, and Jorge Polanco. Right, so if you're looking at player props for this game, I'd look into Francisco Lindor, Bo Bichette. Nothing here is standing out to me that I'm like going to kind of force myself on this, especially because I don't particularly have this one being extremely run heavy. You've got Paul Skeens on the mound. We shouldn't expect that. Let's take a look at Freddie. What do we have here? He's got some it's a favorable matchup. Like he's doing well against this squad. The lineup average is 1.93 against him. He's faced them pretty frequently, regardless. So this is definitely extremely helpful insight. So I'm actually going to look at some Freddie Peralta stats and see what we've got here. As far as going against the Pirates, he's got a 67% hit rate. I'm trying to look and see how often he's striking out these batters. Nothing. I mean, there's a couple strikeouts on this board, but nothing really speaking to me here. These are bad matchups for him, like in the starting lineup. So like this might get him into a pickle. I don't have too much of a reason to go with the over on this, to be honest. I'm going to go out to recorded here. And let's just see against the opponent. He's only hit, let's do all. Better overall, 62% hit rate. Let's see at home, 67% hit rate. Last season, not as great. 50-50 in 2024, 2023, fantastic. So I really think that's driving the number up here. Just looking at this though, these matchups here, he has some good matchups, but they're not consistently like striking out against him, right? There's some contact here, right? There's some Ks on the board, but like they are getting other outs. I think we might, like his numbers just honestly might go up. His pitch count might get up and he might get taken out of this game before we can reach this 16 out. So I'm going to lean into that. I'm going to go under 15.5 outs for Freddie Peralta on this game. Give me that. Lock me in for that player prop. And with that, guys, I'm going to call it a day on this video. Not much better than yesterday. We're at about 20 minutes on this video, so really enjoying all the tools at Split Labs. Of course, if there's anything that I landed on that you like, feel free to leave it in the comments. Let me know if there's anything that you're tailing, fading, whatever the case may be. I really enjoy when you guys interact with the videos and I can kind of see them and maybe tell your bets as well. Drop your best bets in the comments if you have any. And if this video helped you at all in your breakdown, feel free to like, subscribe, and head over to splitlabs.net. Use promo code YouTube. Get access to everything that you saw on this board today as I dove into my best bets for the day and some player props that I'm looking at and some potentially, players that maybe you should be fading as you look into what your best bets will be. With that being said, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Let's keep it going. Let's have another fantastic day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.